Game of Thrones star Liam Cunningham was in town recently for the Budweiser Dream Job campaign, and here's what he told Ten about the new series of the show. So you've started filming the new series?
We've almost finished filming.
Right.
Yeah, we finished first week in December.
Wow.
We're going to be finished season 5, yeah. And the interesting thing, I made it sound like I was going to give you a spoiler there.
Yeah,
No. Well, there's only 6.5. He's just halfway through the 6th book at the minute, and we're on season 5. So what's going to happen is we're about to overtake the books. So everybody that was going, yeah, I know what happens. They're not going to know what happens anymore because we're about to overtake. So for the rest of the possible 2 seasons that are left, we're everything is going to be a surprise to everybody, which is kind of cool. There's going to be a huge amount of drama this year. There are people going down, as there are every year. But not going to say who, I'm not going to say when. I can't, wouldn't want to spoil it for people. The bizarre thing is people will come up to you and go, look, tell us what happens. And occasionally for devilment, I go, okay, I'm going to tell you. And they go, no, don't! So they kind of want to know, but they don't want to know because people just love the surprises with the show, you know.
You're definitely a firm favourite, definitely in our office. Everybody loves your character.
Yeah, he's a good guy.
But I read before that you don't like being called a fan favourite because there's always that fear of being killed off. How true is this?
Well, you know what? I don't think it makes any difference to the gods that wield the cleaver, that take people out. I mean, if you've only look at season 1 when Sean Bean was, basically the leading man, and it's unheard of, especially in the States, that you would you'd chop the head off your leading man because it looks like commercial suicide. But I think that's one of the reasons that people took the show to their hearts, where they kind of gone, what? They've just done what? And it's that unpredictability, because there's so many dramas out there that are just kind of, yeah, we know what's going to happen. He's going to get the girl, he's going to get in trouble, and he's going to save the girl, and he's going to save the world, and blah. And you're just waiting for which way that they're going to do it. With ours, you don't know where to put your sympathies because they might be gone next week. So it's kind of weird, but it's really kind of, it's really entertaining because of the unpredictability of it.
And tell us about the missing fingers. How is that done? Is it prosthetics or what is it?
It's done in various ways. Most of the time, I wear gloves most of the time, as quite a few characters do. I have a specially kind of sewn up kind of glove, but when I'm filming, I have to spend my time, a lot of the time, like this. I mean, we've also used prosthetics and CGI as well. I wear little green gloves sometimes when like in the Bravos scene where I had to show my hand, which was kind of weird because when you see it afterwards, it's just really weird to watch yourself with no fingers. But the weird thing is when you're filming with just the gloves on, if that's fine, you can keep that. After time, you don't even notice it. But if you don't do that every 10 minutes and get some blood back into your fingers, what happens is, because you forget about it, it ends up like a cramp. So when you take the glove off after half an hour and you do that, it's like someone pouring boiling water over your hands. So you have to kind of remember to flex the old fingers. Yeah. It can be, I'm suffering from my heart. I mean, people talk, a lot of people always talk about the sex and the violence in it, but the only way you can have that is, especially in a modern drama, is if you have incredibly strong female characters. And on the show, I mean, including, you talked about Maisie Williams earlier on. I mean, the women in our show are dangerous. I mean, they're killers. I mean, Maisie is like this height, and she's a killer. She's murdered people in the show. And the same with, Melisandre and Cersei and Diana Ree's character and Natalie Dormer and there's extraordinary, fully formed, dangerous female characters in this, and that's what makes it enjoyable. And I think that's why so many people kind of go, yeah, we really like this, because it's not patronising and it's not, it's not condescending, and that's one of the reasons I'm involved in it. I kind of like that all these characters are brilliantly drawn, and there's so many of them.
Do you think we can expect Melisandre casting any dark spells over Davos this season? Because they're quite opposite.
Well, I think that's the whole idea, isn't it? It's that kind of the good guy, good cop, bad cop kind of thing, in a sense. And, my character being that kind of honourable, decent, principled kind of guy. And she being this woman of magic and power and all that, and not being honourable. Yeah, she gets up to no good, as she does every season, but this year is particularly interesting. I can't say anything. I'd have to kill you. And everybody watching, I'd have to go house to house, like Herod.